all his changes top to bottom. How they correlate to Piccolo. We are going to be uploading this to YouTube. So what's up, guys? So we're going to kind of go through everything, kind of lab some stuff out, and then I'm going to put the raw stuff for the raw like reactions and stuff like that. I'm going to put all of that up on YouTube. So without further ado, let's get started. So first thing is, I'm getting used to not being on PC. First thing is this. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's real pretty. Can I charge it? No. So this hits people when hits done now. So this unlocks a lot of different routes. Actually, over here. Oh no. Oh, sick. So this actually can cause. So I think it's I gotta do 2M. I think it's this. No, it's not. Interesting. So it looks like you need the combo when you get the wall bounce. Can I get this charge? Okay. So to charge it, and that was one of the questions I had. If I charge it, you get on hits done. So okay. Oh, so you get a full 2M. Which goes into his next change. His air, 2S, and 5S can all be charged. Applications for this is just more hits done. Now the one question I have is it just universally? Is it just like a universal like? So if I do this, right? Okay, so you can get M starters for everything. So that's really, really big. Can you do... So can you do... Now here's the other question. Now can you do... This definitely has some weird applications, but... let's see something... Let's see something crazy. Let's see if I can do... So you know how I do my round start? What if he did? Can I, if I anti-air him, right? Full time jump. Can I like snipe him? No, I can't. That's something I want to see. So this is gonna have an interesting application. Because the damage doesn't change, but certain routes will definitely be unlocked with this change. Okay, so that's gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, no. Some routes will actually become more like if you have the read on the character. If you have a read on the opponent, and they like to do like stuff like this, like burn their stuff ahead of time. This is gonna be a good way. Like if you have the genuine read, so it's like if you have the genuine read on them, that you can definitely punish them for it. You know, a full follow-up kind of deal. Probably more with Trunks, more so with Trunks. We'll get into Trunks in a minute. We'll get to talk about Trunks, but yeah, no, this is gonna be really interesting to see how people. And notice the hits done on it. Actually, wait a minute. This is something I want to test. Let me see if I can get a full on charge. Because the charge time looks like. It's 40 frames compared to 28, and then it's 16 compared to 35. So it's about another 15, about another like 15 to 16 frames. So the application for it is definitely gonna be like whole zone combos across the board. It's definitely gonna be more of like a hell zone type thing, right? But even then, it's gonna be like kind of weird. Something we get used to. You could probably just do like, Flokey, your team is dead. How? How? So this will be neat. I don't think, so I'm probably gonna get flack for this. I don't think this change is gonna be the end all be all. It's gonna be nice when you have like conditioned the opponent to the point that like this becomes prominent. I don't think it's gonna be like super prominent when you still have this. When like this is a faster command grab. Now granted, this is same distance, right? Same exact distance, but the charge time is super duper like. I'm gonna snap them, right? And then talking like Trunks. Like if you see him like doing it, like it's a lot more easy. Like I'm actually doing a block string. Boom. Right? Like it's easy block, and you get a full count, right? So all you have is the boy. I'm so sorry, Yusuke. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the biggest change, but I think it's gonna be interesting. So on the lookout for that for sure. Demon Slicer sped up the startup when the opponent is in midair hit stun, ground version only. So this means when the opponent gets hit by something, it's instant. So kind of an application for this would be like if you're moving around, you're dancing, and then you gotta confirm. Just stuff like that. Also, it makes Hellzone combos a lot easier. This kind of debunked my theory. This did debunk my theory about how Hellzone normal combos will look, because that still exists. That still exists. It does still exist, which is nice. So it does debunk some things. Increase the stun time, so a lot more combos on this can end in this now, which is nice. But yeah, no, the application for this is absolutely everything. So this means I didn't think I would be in a worse character crisis. Same. But the good news, I don't know, man. Like this game is still wide open. So application for this. So check this, right? So what if we did like a full B&B? So this is the one I was thinking of. So this is the one I was thinking of last night. Actually, it came to me in a dream. This has kind of been like the B&B that everybody's been doing, kind of. So it's just like you do like 5M or wait for it to hit, then do knockdown. It seems like now with Piccolo, you're not really going into more so the delay combo, but more so into this, which I think is really, really interesting. It opens up a lot of different routes for Piccolo. A lot of different routes just kind of like become more, like it gives him more versatility for routes. So like positioning becomes more of a factor. Like it becomes more of a thing than it already is, you know. Orb loops are kind of, I don't think orb loops are now like they're good, but I don't think it's gonna be like when this exists. It's like why go for that when this exists, you know? This is off 2-1, by the way. Yeah, and then you can get double Hell Zone into... The trick with this is figuring out the timing. But also, I want to figure out how much bar you make. So we'll start with no bar and see exactly what we're making for bar. Because this is gonna be kind of a critical factor for me. You might have to go beam. Chaos Real Koji is crazy. Yeah, we'll get to him. But yeah, no, the application for this, it just seems bonkers. I have to allow the combo a little bit more. But this is definitely, if you have 2 bar, I think it's just like, I don't know if I have to do it right as the chop hits. Maybe. Maybe it's a matter of when the chop hits hit it. Maybe. That might be the case. And then once I hit this combo, I want to try it off 2L. And see what the difference of damage is, because the kite in me is coming out. Just checking all my bases. Yeah, it's as soon as I hit chop. It's as soon as I hit chop. I might go beam at that point, because I haven't burned beam. Let's see something. Let's see something. More entry. Yeah, it's definitely right as I hit job. So it's gonna be like, I'm just gonna like show it for it's like for context. Yeah, this is my first like 10 minutes with the badge. They buff green me, man. Yeah, we're actually going over the changes and like how they like affect the character, because it's more of quality of life. Obviously, okay. So we'll kind of dive into that, but yeah, no, the applications for call combos are kind of more like you can just be mid-screen, call beam. If you have bar, you can confirm into it. There's a lot of different things that can be played with it, so I'm really excited to kind of dive into that more. But yeah, no, the applications for that are absolutely insane. Hell Zone, this is a nerf. Will no longer explode if they successfully deflected. So that was across the board with Kefla as well. So that's more of aesthetically changing. The assist appears now farther forward. So what does that mean? Oh wow, that is farther forward. How much hit stun is that? Hold on. You plus how much? Hold on. Are you plus how much? Word. One thing I don't like is about his overall, they nerfed the Hell Zone. But the thing is, Piccolo's game plan has kind of been changing, right? And that's the one thing I've been kind of talking about. Is like, it's more so geared towards neutral. It's more towards geared toward neutral versus before, where it's just like mix up. It's more like conditioning, getting those, earning those hits, and then going in for like Orboki of some kind. I think they're trying to like double down on that because they feel like Hell Zone isn't like is crazy, because like now you have different ways of like dealing with it. So that's like my thoughts on it. And then CSS invincibility. So overall, I think the character is phenomenal. There's so much with this character that like one thing I was kind of happy about is that they didn't take away his normal routes. So that saved my life a little bit in that regard. They didn't take away his routes, his basic routes, the routes I usually use. So that's pretty sweet. They nerf it like too bad, but they nerfed it enough where it's like you'll kind of like see people gear away from it a little bit, but not like to the point where it's like it's not being used. If that makes sense. sad Black Zamasu and Black King and everything. Yeah, no, me too. Let's talk about Trunks. Trunks. Okay. That is, you see how he pauses there? My man's is like out there. What's the frame, Banda? You are plus 65. This begs the question. Whoa. This is a good question, chat. This is a good question. We have a way to use charge 2S, boys. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. So the application for this, ooh, hoo, hoo. There is some type of timing still for it, but it's not as crazy as it was before. Yeah, no, like you can get a full follow-up now. Like you can get a full ass follow-up. Like you can get a full ass follow-up. Like you don't. Like granted, the optimal route will go beam. You do beam first, then that, or rather, you can probably do something like this. DR and bring him back to the corner. Just an example. But you know, 2S Trunks is going to be very much an asset to this team as he even was before. I think the fact that mid screen becomes a little bit more important. The only trick is that like you'll have a little bit more time to confirm a lot of combos with it, so it's gonna be really easy for Piccolo players to kind of apply to that. Yamcha players are also gonna be able to use that, which by the way, let me see it. I want to see this. I just want to cry. You know, that's not that bad. It's not that bad. I don't get why people are crying so much about it. I don't get why. It's not that bad. It's -8. It deserved to be negative. It's a needed nerf. It's needed. It was needed. It's not like a. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Like honestly, I was surprised it wasn't. Now, does he recover the same way? Now, this is the question. Did he shadow nerf this at all? No, they didn't. They didn't shadow nerf it at all. Okay, so this answered my question. If you whiff and get super dash, you can just 2-on-4x. Yeah, exactly. Like, you have other ways to, like, but yeah, no, I think Yamcha's fine. I think Yamcha's fine. But yeah, no, Piccolo is definitely. I think we're gonna just try to work through some BMBs, and then we're gonna go into Gogeta. Yeah, no, like the team is still very, very good. There wasn't like a shadow in my mind. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna drop the team, man. No, like I never really believed. I don't get like why certain people were like, man, I'm gonna drop Yamcha. Who was it? Like, Cred was like setting up a thread, like, who dropped Yamcha? I was like, can I just not hit the. Can I not just hit this thing? It's honestly incredible. So yeah, no, I have to wait for it. I have to wait for the hit. And then I can go into being better about communication. I agree. I absolutely agree on that sentiment. Let's see something. What if I have a bar already, right? What if I have a bar already? Just about. The showcase was actually incredible. Like I'm not gonna hold you. Like that showcase was like everything I wanted it to be. Mid-screen, you can probably do a lot of crazy stuff with this now, but the application for a lot of this is just kind of like. You don't think it's worth using 5S in a combo? I hate you. You don't think it's worth these 5S? Tell me why. Tell me why. I'm actually curious. What's your reasoning behind it? Like, what's the difference on the damage? So I went for like the same route that I did before. Same exact route. Same exact route. 2L Link does 300 more damage. But isn't the 2L Link only for certain characters? Like, we're talking universally. Is it a universal combo? I believe it is, but I don't I want to make sure. Everyone but Krillin. Listen, they gave me a reason to use it. I'm a happy camper. Yeah, it does. You have to tighten up. I feel like once you do 5S, yeah. That's the only catch. But it's weird because like how my team is set up. Yeah, no, I agree. It's just like it's weird. Like it just seems natural though. It just seems like a natural. It just seems like a natural combo extension. Mid-screen, this becomes incredible. Mid-screen, this is incredible. That's not bad. I'll probably go in Hellzone right after. 5S takes too long, you lose out on a lot of normals in the combo. So like 6.5 for a bar. I mean, granted, it is 2M. That's the thing. No one really talks about like 2L damage. Oh, it looks like you have a million years of furnace, so that's pretty neat. Let's see what 2L looks like. No, what's up? Does whip out. No, what if I did just without 2L? What if I just did without 2L, right? Like, what if I just did this whole combo without 2L? One, I'll probably live. Flokey square out. Dude, I just got the patch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So this won't work. So I have to change the timing for. So this answered my question when I had my dream last night. I had a dream about that combo. I noticed I didn't use Yamcha. Notice I didn't even use Yamcha. Also, one more thing I'll kind of touch on with Hellzone is that what was the other side? Your enders are kind of looking like that now, because you can do DR. So like, if I did like, it's like DR chop that, which isn't bad compared to this in the orb. It's a little bit more damage overall, which is nice. Actually, is it the same damage? I just want to test this. No, it's a little bit more. Just by a hair. But still, like, it's gonna matter in certain situations. I wonder how I'm gonna use air grab. But yeah, no, the charge grabs are only going to be good for when you condition your opponent to the point that they are respecting that. I don't think this is really going to come up as much, but it's nice to have. Some routes. Also, what's going on, Dio? And Yosha, I see you. Like, this is gonna come up maybe once or twice with combo routes with Trunks. Like, if I do like a counter combo, so if like it is like, so say if I didn't go, say if I didn't do the say if I did the bitch route, and I call it the bitch route because the fact that like you could do the delay route and get a little bit more damage across the board. There's still like a sweet spot you have to hit, but it's not like hard now to hit. Dio, can you take care of that before I smoke him? So I'm gonna smoke him. I'm gonna smoke him. Smoke. Any other bots want to come at my face? But yeah, no, the application for that is gonna be insane. Again, it's not gonna come up like super duper often, but it's gonna come up. But it's gonna come up enough where it's gonna be like prominent for sure. So yeah, no, my overall thoughts on the team. Piccolo has gotten a lot more stuff to play with. Just like, also one thing to note is like it has to make contact in order for that to connect. So like just being weary of that, like any stray leg. So say if I have an orb, like we're dancing and stuff, and then it's just like yeet. It's just like stuff like that. Like just gotta be wary of that, in that kind of way. I do think Piccolo's still gonna have kind of some issues in the neutral, in terms of like certain matchups. Like I still think Broly's gonna be a really bad matchup for him. I still think Broly, Kid Buu are still gonna be bad matchups. They're more tolerable 6-4s now. They're way more tolerable. Like they were tolerable before, but now they're like, I feel like the only downside, I do think as time goes on, I think this is gonna be more important. I think these become more important. This is gonna be the most used one, but I don't like this is only gonna come up when you condition the opponent properly, like to the point that like this is already fast, but now you can play the mix-up game between am I going to do the charge version of this or am I going to do the normal version of that. The other issue with that is is that again, like I mentioned, like I showed, is that this can be 2M, and this you can just challenge with jab. So it's like a matter of, I do think there is downsides to these buffs in a way. I don't want to downplay the character, because downplaying characters right now is not the best thing to do. But I do think the biggest changes, for me at least, were the 5S grab and then the claw change. Two of the biggest changes, for sure. I'm trying to write down what's going on then. But those are like the two biggest changes. These are okay once you condition the opponent properly, but like once you do that, then they become prominent. But again, just like that was a little counterplay, like I mentioned before in my previous guide, which by the way I'm going to link that into the description of this video. I'm going to mention that you can still 2M this, you can still jab this out, but this you can smoke like badly. So please, for the love of God, if I see people getting hit by this is kind of your fault. It's kind of your fault, but I digress. But yeah, no, overall I think Piccolo is sick. I think Piccolo is sick this season. 3.5 really bust him. Also, the rest of the team. Trunks got buffed by the A assist. He still has I wonder if I have a Lightyear. This is the one thing I want to see. So they didn't shadow buff anything there. But the assist buff is really going to help Piccolo in a way that I'll be able to combo off things a lot easier. And as well, the only character that kind of got nerfed, but was well needed nerf, was the Wolfang. But honestly, routes are still the same. Routes haven't changed. Like, this hasn't changed. Like, this has not changed. Like, stuff like this hasn't changed. So I'm not really worried about Yamcha. But I am going to be playing this to give you the team for the rest of the season. And be on the lookout that I'm going to be dropping a full team Flokey guide, including how the team functions in neutral, what the kind of the game plan is, what the function of each character does, and like how the team synergizes together, and what the strengths and weaknesses are, as well as combo routes, because I know everybody and their mom is asking me about combo routes with this team. It's like, Flokey, how do you do the tag combos? Or Flokey, how do you do the cool flip combos you do? All that's going to be mentioned in the tutorial, as well as a little insight onto why I'm playing the team, kind of like my reasoning as a progression to that team, what made me play it, how me and a couple friends designed the team, why I'm not playing Masenka Wolfang Fist instead of why I'm playing Change the Future Kamehameha. All that will be covered in the guide that will be dropping on the 21st of September on my YouTube page. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe for more content. I do not own any of the music. This is all royalty free. All rights go to the respective artists. So just be that in mind. Alright guys.